What's up, guys? Welcome to the I'm Joking podcast. I am your host, John, and today I have my co hosts, Michael and Kenny. Introduce yourself, guys.
What's poppin'?
You already know BX, you're...
So, for the audio listeners, they don't know which one is which, so say your name.
I guess I'll go. My name is Michael. I'm from the BX. I don't know what this other fool is repping the Bronx for.
You bugging. Bro, born and raised my whole life in the Bronx here. You bugging. Yo, I'm Kenny. It's a pleasure to be here. We're looking forward to coming at you guys every Thursday. So be on the lookout for our live streams. And John's also going to be uploading our videos on YouTube. Without further ado, let's just get into the episode, huh?
Of course. And just in case, if you guys want to watch the podcast live, we're going to stream it at 7 o'clock every Thursday. It's going to go up on all your favorite not social media, but podcasting platforms the next day. So, what do you guys want to talk about in the first episode?
Oh man, let's get into how we met.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good one.
Oh man, well, I think me and John met in high school.
Mhm.
We both had homeroom together. Trying to think what our first conversation was. Did we have math class? Yeah. At that point in my life, I wasn't as dumb as I am now. So me and John were in the same classes at that point. Then later on in life, I made bad decisions.
Oh, here we go.
John didn't make as many bad decisions, but
They call happy accidents.
Absolutely.
Oh man.
Just like my whole Home Depot career.
Speaking of which, that's how we all met Kenny.
Yeah.
Or should I say Kenneth?
Oh, don't call
Kenneth
me that.
Christian Liza.
Whoa,
that is not my middle name, kid.
Too much information.
On the next episode, you'll get his socials, boys.
You already just said my social. My man called up the whole government.
No. I mean the social security.
No. We're not showing that, kid. We're not showing that. You know that's tucked away in my mom's wallet, bro.
But yeah, Mike, tell them how you met Kenny.
So right after high school, I started working at the Bruckner Home Depot, going to that. And for a while, I was the only guy in the front end. So, it was just pretty boring. I just go to work, just a whole bunch of elderly women, and I'm just the only guy, probably knows how to work an iPhone at the store at that point.
Absolutely.
So, then I finally see another young Hispanic male enter the store. So I got real excited. I'm like, oh my God, another male? I can talk to him about sports. He knows what an iPhone looks like. He knows what Instagram is. Let me talk to the guy. But my real intentions on talking to him, I seen him.
Man.
I didn't want him to TYB my work wife. So I went up to him with the intention to butter him up. I came with some fries. I was like, "Yo, bro, you looking a little hungry?" Kenny's a little on the skinny side. So I was like, "Yo, bro, you want some friends?" I was like, "You want some fries, bro?" And then he was like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm good." I was like, "Oh, what's your name? What department you working in?" We started talking. I let him know the ins and outs of Home Depot, who's fucking who's trying to get with who. And I was letting him know about my work life. Like, yeah, bro, I've been working on this, just so I had to lay down the law so you knew who not to talk to.
I'm not gonna lie. One thing that y'all have to know is that Home Depot was super messy. Like, especially after me and Mike got there, like there was a few here and there that it was like, we knew problems was coming, even with managers and shit. Because there's plenty of managers that we can name drop that we already knew that trouble was on the horizon, bro. Something was cooking up. And like Mike said, it was just, two males on the front end and a predominantly female kind of atmosphere.
That sounds like the next porno.
Oh yeah, I know, right? We got a lot of favoritism, and it was just a lot of bullshit that we had to endure. And I was there for a little bit over 2 years, like 2.5 years. Mike left right before me, but right after we're not getting into that. We're not getting into that.
Well, we can get into that,
but right after me and Mike kind of met, I had a few people that were looking for jobs. Obviously fresh out of high school, or in high school still, because I don't think I had graduated yet. So I had
you have to be, unless you're working illegally.
You were 18.
Yeah, I graduated in 2014. When did I start
Yeah,
Home Depot?
it was.
2014. 'Cause
I
Nah, it was
remember.
before my birthday though. It was before graduation.
I didn't start Home Depot till June of 2014.
So when
July
the fuck when
2014.
the fuck did I start? August
You probably started August, October, because John doesn't come into the picture
till
till
February.
January.
Oh,
Yeah,
January.
January, February.
February.
Yeah.
All right. So excluding all that mess, I guess I graduated. These people know more about my life than me.
My son was
Um,
out here working illegally. I guess Home Depot really living up to their freaking
yo,
status.
chill, cause you already know I came through with the special color card. We're not even gonna say the color. Came through with the card. It was like, you need work, Papa? Let's go. You in here?
Yo, it's
But
ironic
yeah.
because your name is green in
Oh,
in
absolutely.
the
Yeah,
street.
yeah. It's the subtle thing. This is subtle hints.
No,
So
no ice on this side. No ice on this side.
no. We're not calling them. We're not calling them. That's in the past. So
Oof.
I had a few really close friends that were looking for work. I put them on with Home Depot, and then that's when we come around to meeting John. Well, that's when I come around to meeting John because I guess Mike
Right.
had something in the work. He was trying to put John on into Home Depot. So I don't know, man. I think it was real. It was a real like subtle kind of adjustment from me and Mike to me, Mike and John because we're all real similar. We like a lot of the same shit. Like
It's
conversation just comes naturally, you know.
it's funny you say that because when I first met you, I'm like, yeah, he doesn't seem like the type of person to be friends with. Like, he seems like kind of like a fuckboy type of vibe. And
Yeah,
that's when you
yeah,
had the mullet
absolutely.
and
Yeah,
stuff
I
like
know.
that. I was like,
I have a
yeah,
mullet
this
now.
Yeah.
I don't really care too much about this Kenny guy. But then, we really started like hanging out, and then
No,
our
for
relationship
sure.
started to build. And look at us now, I'm
Absolutely.
making a podcast.
Mhm.
Was that
Mhm.
6 years later?
Yeah,
Long
that's
awaited.
crazy, bro.
Long
It,
awaited.
it is long awaited. We've actually been waiting to do something for a long time. Um, and as Mike was saying earlier, he don't know why I'm repping the Bronx anymore. I actually moved up to Connecticut almost 2 years ago now, so kind of leaving like my life behind and my friends. But with social media and all that shit going on, and we all play Xbox, so just being able to kind of keep in touch with them, we always FaceTime, we still find time. Well, we found time after I left to go to the movies, kind of spend some days at Mike's pool.
Rest in peace,
So
movies.
yeah, rest in peace of movies, man. I miss going. Um,
Just another casualty of Corona.
But you know what?
absolutely.
On the bright side, Marvel just got us filled in with like movies and TV shows for the rest of the year.
I'm so hype about that, bro. I'm so hyped. That's actually we gotta save that. We gotta save it for the next podcast. So if any of the listeners, if you guys are interested in hearing that, we got a bunch of fucking ideas. We got a bunch of concepts. We got a bunch of theories.
Of course,
Um,
every week we're gonna be talking about the previous episode of Marvel's whatever show they have on.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't seen any trailers for like what is it? Falcon and
And the
Winter
winter.
Soldier.
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't seen it? It's very campy. Like it's just like explosions. This guy doesn't like this guy. It's like very
Yeah.
like it's the type of Marvel stuff that we haven't had in a while, and it's a welcome surprise, I guess.
But it's also a good way to kind of what I like that they're doing with all the shows is that it's all canon to the MCU.
Of course.
So we'll be finding out tidbits, things going on in the background the same way that we did with WandaVision, not to spoil anything, but kind of seeing what happened with the snap. What do they call it? The blip
The
or some
blip.
shit like that?
Yeah, the blip.
The
Yeah.
blip. The blip. Yeah.
So kind of finding things.
Which I think is the worst name they could have possibly done for
It is a bad name, and I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if you guys want to get into this now, but I don't really like how they kind of justified everything that happened within that 5 year time period.
In what
It
sense?
like, all right, spoilers, but when they
Put
showed,
it. Hold
yeah,
on.
yeah,
Put the little thing down below, John. Break
right,
it.
I
right,
mean,
spoiler
honestly,
warning,
listen, if you listen to this podcast, you better be caught up on all your Marvel stuff because we're gonna spoil every
absolutely,
episode that
absolutely.
comes out.
But yeah, so when Monica Rambeau just kind of like popped up in the hospital at the same room that her mother was in, to an empty bed, and the way that they're kind of explaining it is that within the 5 years that they were gone, like everything changed around them, but they kind of like ended up back in the same place in which they left.
Hmm.
So I don't know. Like they snapped everybody back into existence, and it's just too many plot holes for me. And I
But
get it,
You know
like
what? You know what would have been actually funny? What if you got snapped back into a building that doesn't exist anymore? You
I was
just
just thinking
on a
about that.
literally you're on a pile
You
of
just
rubble. Like,
fall.
exactly, exactly, and it's like, I
I
mean,
mean,
I kind of
go
go
ahead.
ahead, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I feel like they're kind of showing life continued even though those people were gone. So it's like, okay, like people, there's still
Nah,
consequences while those people were gone.
it doesn't make 100% sense. Don't get me wrong. It like they did a good job trying to like recover their steps and kind of bring in new characters that we haven't seen before.
Right.
And they did a decent job trying to juggle all these kind of like different plots going on. And like I was a huge fan of Infinity War and Endgame. Like I love those movies. I can sit down
Mhm.
and watch them, you know, back to back, like with no problem. That's about fucking what, 6 hours of movies. So I mean, it's not to say they did a bad job with it. I feel like they're like the shows are gonna tie a lot of those loose ends up and kind of give us
Right.
some closure as well as new openings. You know.
I
Because they
read a
have to push.
comment. Go ahead.
Because I mean, these shows are basically. I feel like with Corona also killing a lot of things. Well, movies in general, these shows are basically going to show us what's happening in phase. What is it? Where are we in now? Phase 5.
Yeah, going into phase five. Well,
Yes.
started.
So yeah, because I mean, Black Widow should have technically been out by now,
Yeah.
Right.
But I
but
read
who
a
knows
comment
when
the
that's
other
coming out?
day, and they were saying that like in those 5 years, it would be the perfect opportunity to bring back the Defenders from Netflix, and be like, this can be like the heroes of those 5 years.
The thing with that is that before they kind of got rights to all the characters, it's kind of like these characters weren't serving a purpose to the main MCU storyline.
True.
So it's like I'm not gonna lie. I never watched the Defenders. I know that they have the New Mutants on Netflix or some shit like that.
You don't gotta watch that. Don't
Yeah,
watch
No,
that.
you
yeah.
don't.
But it's like what I'm really looking forward to is the Fantastic Four and any mutants coming into the MCU, which we kind of got a glimpse last episode of WandaVision, or last two episodes really. And the way that they explained it was that it's not that big of a mind fuck, you know. It's not that big of like an event.
Right.
Seeing the other Quicksilver from the actual Fox X-Men movies. Um, so I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know how they're gonna introduce them. I know that they're gonna find a way, and I know they're gonna do it justice. But I definitely want more closure between
I
those
just
5 years. And
I just want those Netflix characters back because they're not just some like throwaway characters. Like you got Daredevil. Everybody loves
Mhm.
Daredevil, man. And I was talking to one of my coworkers the other day, and I was telling him like the perfect show to bring back Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil, would be the She-Hulk, because she's a lawyer. And would it
Right.
be awesome to have like a buddy cop lawyer show with like She-Hulk and Matt Murdock?
Yeah, that would be pretty dope because you
Like that
because
would
you
make
kind of
sense,
have,
right?
yeah, you have
Yeah.
more than just a superhero shit going on. So
Yeah.
so what I really liked with the early renditions of the Flash, not to kind of cross over MCU and DC, but
Ooh,
they
you
had
don't
they
want to
had
go into
Barry Allen.
DC talk with me.
We're not gonna talk about that. I'm gonna just
Oh,
bring this up quick. But how they had kind of Barry Allen as the forensic scientist, and that was a big part of the show, like a big part of, I would say, the first 2 or 3 seasons. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like that was kind of his identity until he grew to be the Flash that we know now. Which again, we're not gonna get into because that's a whole different kind of
Oh, we
episode. I
are.
say I say we can have that shit for a whole episode, bro.
Oh, we
Just
have
talking
to.
uh,
about
They just
just
released
talking
a
the
about the
Snyder
the
cut.
the rise and fall of DC shows, and
absolutely,
and
absolutely, bro.
and and
No,
Trash League
I'm not even gonna
being
get into it,
roasted.
bro. I'm not even gonna get into it.
Can
I
I just
can't.
say that I'm kind of intrigued by Superman and Lois? And can I just say why I'm intrigued by it?
Absolutely, go ahead.
Okay,
Why?
so one, they're not doing the stupid formula of CW, like, oh, we need the techno person just hacking into computers. Nah,
Felicity.
this is this is Superman. He does not need anything else. He got heat. He got heat vision. He can get into anywhere. He got X-ray vision. He can see through anything. He doesn't need no
So what
person
you're
doing all
basically saying
this.
is he doesn't need someone to quarterback him and remind him, "Hey, you're Superman," or
Right.
have it this way: have a talk in the hallway. You don't need someone to do that.
Exactly. And listen, this is one thing that like always irks me about watching The Flash is like he's fighting his supervillain, right? He gets knocked down, the villain just turns the corner, he's like, gosh, they got away. I'm like, bro, I know you can run around the block 6 times in the time it takes to take one step.
Bro, he's literally reversed the fucking polarity of Earth before when he was fighting Zoom. So
Yeah.
it's like there's no way he's done so. Are we gonna talk about this?
Let's go ahead.
No.
All right.
Dang.
Now I'm triggered. Go ahead.
I mean, I'm definitely triggered. It's like, bro, he can't keep doing more than he's already done. This motherfucker ran into the Speed Force for I don't know how many months. Fucking supercharged his powers, and he's coming out, and he still has to he still can't just eliminate people in a fucking instant.
Yeah.
Like, this motherfucker, you gotta take another 18 episodes to defeat the villain. Like, I don't get it.
Bro, why is it in every promo they're still telling him run, Barry, run? Like, why is he still struggling with his powers?
All right, hold on.
We should have been past that point.
No. Because I tell you what, Tom Cavanaugh, anytime that he says "Run, Barry, run," give me chills.
I'm not saying him.
I get it.
I'm
But,
saying
like,
the real,
like,
in the
superhero
trailer of the show, Iris West, the real superhero in that show. That's who that show was based around. Like,
she had 2 episodes where she was a fucking speedster. That was it.
I mean, every other scene, it's Barry, you can do it, Barry. And I'm not hating on females. I'm a feminist myself. I'm just saying the show is called The Flash. Let him be the Flash. Not Flash and Friends.
I think that's the biggest problem with CW is that they try to prolong it so that the season is, what is it, 20-something episodes or some shit, like 23, 24?
Like 23, yeah.
And, bro, WandaVision doing an excellent job right now with 9 episodes on the roster. Like,
by the way,
then again,
last 3 episodes, an hour each.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait.
WandaVision.
Confirmed?
Yeah, it's confirmed.
I'm saying WandaVision confirmed 3 times.
WandaVision confirmed. WandaVision confirmed. WandaVision confirmed.
Oh, man, you're just a genius.
But that circles back to one of the other things that got me excited for Superman and Lois. It's 12 episodes.
Yeah, so and the CGI budget looks pretty high.
Yeah, HBO Max is backing it.
Yeah, there you go, bro.
It's CW and HBO putting money into the show.
Honestly, right, I feel like the Flash could have been.
Is it connected to the other CW? DC
I think
shows?
it's loosely connected.
Okay.
I mean, the one thing. Sorry, John. Mm-hmm. The one thing that intrigued me about Superman and Lois Lane was when we had the crossover episode, because no matter what, I still love the CW's crossover episodes. Like, no matter what, I feel like every year they find a way to top last year's. Yeah. And it was pretty hard because the hype around like Flash season 3, which was, I think it was one of the first crossovers, either the first or the second. The hype around that shit was real. Like, bro, you remember what we did for that crossover?
Oh yeah, I think didn't we go over your house and have pizza?
Yeah, we bought pizza. My house. No, it was my house.
Was it in my house?
Nah, we went to see E3 at your house.
Yeah, E3 was at your house.
Oh, right.
Funny story, I was late for Home Depot that day. Led to my firing. Another topic. Continue.
But yeah, I'm excited for that show. Apparently, they're going to do that for all their shows now. They're all going to be 12 episodes instead of 23. Which is like, which honestly, they should have done that a long time ago. Because, like, yo, some of these episodes, the plot does not move at all.
At all, bro. It's so much filler. And, like, that's one of the things that kind of turned me off from Arrow, which was, for a while, I'm not going to say for a long time, but for a while, it was my favorite CW show. Like, it was honestly above Flash for me. And I'm a huge Flash fan. Mm-hmm. But it started moving so slow. Like, you have so many great characters that you can use, and especially introducing ones that, you know, we hadn't even heard of before, really. Mm-hmm. And giving them like personality and background stories. Like, that shit was dope with Mad Dog. Like, that shit was amazing. But it started moving too slow, and they started focusing on everybody other than Oliver Queen, which is the fucking Arrow. Like that's what we're here for. That's all we're here for. Is we're not here to watch him fucking save the world with love, like he did in fucking season 7 or season
Yeah.
6.
Also, want to
Like
talk
they
about
had so
something
many.
else.
Wait, hold on. I'm not gonna hear no Arrow slander. Was the whole freaking season 3 of The Flash not about he had to find himself? I don't know. I feel like the side characters for Arrow were a lot more interesting than the side characters for The Flash.
No, for sure, for sure. But then you had the two main side characters from the Flash actually, being metahumans. So that was a nice flip on his head. Besides
Yeah,
being
but
a vigilante based, series, which don't get me wrong, I like, but if you're a vigilante, we should see some more like stealth missions and shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's kind of one
I,
of the things I liked about the first season of Arrow is like it was just him, and he had to sneak into places. Like you saw him actually
right.
plan out stuff.
And not only that, he was also trying to avoid being caught as Arrow. Like, he wasn't even called the Arrow in the first
He was the
season.
Hood.
Exactly.
no.
And trying to sneak around Tommy, like trying to hide that from your best friend that you're with him all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and oh,
Also, I want to point out another issue I had with all the CW shows. It got to a point where it was just too much.
for
Like
sure.
I felt like every day of the week there was a CW show. I'm just like I cannot keep up with all of these shows.
I
Which is
didn't mind
another.
that. I just pick and chose what I wanted to watch, like what I wanted to keep up on.
But then
True.
also I feel like that would kind of be if you missed a certain show, it's like you had to watch every show to kind of keep up with the continuality. I'm gonna sound stupid of every
Yeah.
other show. Like if you missed something in Flash, it could actually impact Arrow. So you were kind of glued to watch the shows, which wasn't a positive thing.
Well, that was more towards the end when Barry was doing shit with the multiverse. Which again, I actually really like the Earth 1, Earth 2, Earth 3, like,
Yeah.
and bringing Harrison Wells from each of those Earths, like that was a really creative way to kind of
Mm-hmm.
keep Tom Cavanaugh around, which carried the show a lot of the time.
Oh, he's the
You know
best
what I mean?
actor.
Absolutely.
But that's what I kind of appreciate about how the way Disney's doing it. Like we get one episode every week, and that's where you get. And then once
I
this show's over, they're gonna start another show, and you get one episode a week, and it drags out throughout the whole year. Now here's the thing. I binged all the Netflix shows. Now you ask me any of the plots, I do not remember anything of them. I
right.
watched them all in one day or two,
Right.
and then I kind of just leave your mind. What I like about these Disney shows, like The Mandalorian and WandaVision, is every week it kind of ceremates. It stays in your head.
I think Reminates was right. That's
Yeah,
Reminates.
yeah, it reminisces. It reminisces in your
My
head.
man said the same word backwards.
It stays in your head the whole week because you're just thinking about the previous episode and how you're just waiting for the next episode so they can answer the questions that they brought up in the last episode.
Right.
So it like stays relevant. It's like an event. Every Friday you want to watch the next episode and see where people are like finding out about the episode, what they're pointing out about it. It's just great.
It's like you have to watch it on that Friday because God forbid you go on the internet.
Oh, spoilers, bro.
Ruined.
Spoilers.
It's like you cannot go on the internet. So it's Marvel basically made an event every Friday. Depending if you're working in the morning, you're either watching it at 3 a.m. or as soon as you get up, you gotta catch that episode.
One thing that I like though with the DCU, like the DCU streaming platform, they did a pretty good job with what's that show with Brandon Fraser that he's a robot.
Doom Patrol?
Like I love Doom Patrol, bro, especially when after I finished season 1 and then season 2, like the hype around it was real. And I don't really feel like they let me down. I enjoyed it, but one thing that you have to keep in mind is that Marvel has really, like, they have this fucking this universe down packed, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like DC is playing catch up in anything that they do, even with the shows, like trying to start from scratch, trying to build a universe off of just shows, as opposed to having the universe built and then putting shows around that. Like that's why the shows have so much content. Absolutely.
But again, that's their problem with look what happened with Justice League. They were playing catch up to Marvel's Avengers. Marvel shows what happens when you build something up rather to let's just throw it all together. And again, I
Right.
feel like that's going to be the issue with the Snyder Cut.
Well,
Even
you also have to think, because even before Justice League was BVS, like why the fuck did we get that so early? That was literally,
but
bro.
again, playing
That was
catch
the
up, bro.
second movie of Superman and Batman. That was their second movie. Like they had, but we didn't even have a standalone Batman movie.
But they were
I just
playing
want to
catch up to
say,
Civil War.
as bad as that movie is, I just gotta say that opening sequence where you just see Superman fight Zod from like the ground view,
That was
and
dope.
then you just see Ben Affleck just run towards his foe like a
Yeah.
badass. I was like, yeah, all right.
It
I'll
sucks
applaud that.
because I really liked Affleck as Batman. I like
But
he was a respectable Batman in my eyes, and I've seen most of the Batman stuff, like most of the movies.
to go
And-
back into the point, I just feel like DC's trying to catch up to Marvel, and it's like this is what happens when you have a rush universe, and I feel like that's going to be the biggest issue with the Snyder Cut. I feel like everybody's so hyped for it, but I feel like it's going to be another just a clusterfuck.
Nah, I disagree,
don't
bro. I
see-
disagree.
I don't see. You're gonna
Listen.
get random Joker. You get random Cyborg. Clips.
No, but let
Like,
me
I'm
tell you
just
why.
like,
We're gonna have all
I'm
the
not excited for
background.
that.
We're gonna have all the background stories of Flash and Cyborg, which we've never seen before. We were supposed to see.
Give me a solo movie. Don't throw it all.
We're gonna have solo
Give
movies
me a
for
solo
both, bro.
movie.
Flashpoint's already announced. I don't know why they're on like their 15th.
How long has been announced? How long has
Can
been
I-
Bro, apparently Ezra Miller is like writing and directing this shit. Like,
Ezra Miller about to he might get
and he's
canceled.
writing, directing, and acting. Like, bro, what more do you want? Ben Affleck
Yo,
fucking
he just-
went bald doing this shit. Fucking addicted to cigarettes.
He just wants the movie to come out.
He took
Like
it on.
everybody's not doing their job. That Ezra Miller's like, yo, I'll do the directing, I'll do the writing, I'll do acting, I'll be Iris too. I just want this movie to come out.
But in the trailer that just released on what was it 2-3 days ago, we actually see yesterday. Okay, we actually see that that scene that we were supposed to get in the first Justice League where he's saving Iris West from the car.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like that shit looks so dope. But again, I'm just a huge fan.
Give me a solo movie,
bro.
So,
I'm not arguing that. I'm not arguing that. I think to build a universe right, you can't introduce a big character in another big character's movie. Like that doesn't work.
That alludes to my point. Let's say in this movie they kill Cyborg and Flash. Do I really care?
You haven't had enough time to care about them.
And then that's what I felt like happened to me in Age of Ultron. They killed off Quicksilver. Did I really care? Did any of you guys really care?
No, but the best part about that,
they're making it right? But did you really care? Did you really care back in 2015?
But that's the thing, bro. You got to keep in mind their roster at the time. Like they had so many characters that they had to kill off a few.
So you're gonna kill off the guy you just showed me? Like, okay, I don't care.
I think the biggest thing was to keep in mind that they were gonna they had an idea of what they were gonna do with Wanda.
I know they killed them for legal reasons.
Yeah.
True.
But I'm saying when you rush something, it's not gonna be good. Like if you were to kill Flash and Cyborg in Justice League, I would not care. Okay, you just showed me them. Okay.
Right.
All right.
I mean, but
that's the Flash died.
That's the thing. Nobody's disagreeing that. Like I think we all agree that DC's universe was definitely rushed, and they had no reason to, bro. I mean,
no,
not even being able to foresee everything that would be going on with movie theaters now and shit like that. But Wonder Woman has had great success. Like the first one, no matter how choppy it was, no matter how short it felt, it was still a pretty good movie in my eyes.
It was a great movie, except for that third part.
And now, let's say Snyder Cut is good. Where do we go on from here? Are these actors coming back? What is the
Go ahead.
No, if this movie does good and people have a positive reaction to it, what's next? Now we're gonna be wanting the Justice League that we're never gonna get.
We're never gonna get, bro. And they're already working with a new Batman. And I can't wait for that. But they're working on other shit, and it's the only way that they could tie anything in at this point is gonna be Flashpoint. That's the only way that they're gonna tie anything and kind of restart.
Flashpoint's a magic eraser. Just Start it all over again.
Bro,
But then,
bro,
then they're going down the route.
The Flash has so much powers, and he's so powerful that he can literally erase the fucking timeline and restart. Like, I think that's what they're going for.
Then they're going down the route of Days of Future Past, and we saw how shitty that X-Men route went down.
I'm not gonna lie, I really liked a lot of those actors. So those movies weren't so bad for me.
Huh?
I like Days of Future Past.
No, what I'm saying is, then they're gonna go down the Days of Future Past route, change everything. They're gonna try to fix it, and then their movies are still gonna be shit. Apocalypse was garbage. New Mutants was garbage. Dark Phoenix was garbage.
But don't get me wrong, the storyline was
good.
I still like the actors.
Okay, but there's like Logan is on like a separate plane. Like I don't even consider that a part of that little X-Men bullshit universe.
I mean, it kind of is. They use the same characters.
Yeah, but it's like
he honestly carried that movie where they went back in time. I think that was that one, Days of Future Past.
Yeah, Days of Future Past. Yeah,
like he definitely carried that shit because that's all I was there for. Even though I like the young Professor X, I like the young Magneto, I like young Cyclops, I like Beast, like I like all of them. I feel like they all have something to bring to the table.
I kind of like the new cast. It's just the movie sucked.
That's fine, but I'm saying the movie sucked.
It's not a lot of substance. It's not a lot of substance. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Like I like the only ones I liked is Days of Future Past and First Class.
And like shout out to my guy Jalen Varela. We were talking about X-Men Apocalypse today. You literally had a bunch of teenagers just coming together. Oh, you got powers? Oh, I got powers too. Let's fight a literal god in Apocalypse and smoke him in one movie.
And the the biggest bullshit with that was that there's no reason for Apocalypse to come down to their size. Like this motherfucker is a world eater. Like can end the fucking universe right now, and he's gonna come down to fight kids, fucking at 5'6", because he was a short motherfucker.
Yeah.
And that's really like, let's go from Avengers 1 straight to, okay, they can fight Thanos. Like, come on now. Like,
right.
Build something. And that's the problem with the DC universe. You're trying to play catch up to something you're probably not going to catch up to.
I think they should keep doing these one-off movies. Like, the Batman is kind of like a one-off movie. The Joker is a one-off movie. Well, I don't know. No, I think Batman's a trilogy.
Yeah, it's going to be a trilogy.
But these off-road movies, I'm all for it. Like, because I love Joker.
The thing is that then they don't have the cash grab of bringing them all together. Because what are they gonna do? Batman is set in the past.
They can just keep it as like Marvel's thing. Like if they could just make good movies, that's all I want.
Well, that's the thing. As a company, we can all agree that that's not what they're looking for. They're looking for the big cash grab, a fucking second coming of Avengers.
But they're kind of doing it because
and that's from Mike's point, you know.
They're still kind of doing it because Henry Cavill's gonna be in Shazam too.
I like Shazam. Now that you bring it up, I like Shazam. It was a real lighthearted movie. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Apparently, The Rock and Henry Cavill are gonna fight.
Mm.
So they're still kind of doing. They're still doing kind of like mini crossovers.
If you keep it more subtle, if you keep it more subtle and not as the biggest plot point of the fucking movie, like I'll gravitate towards it. But if it wasn't for the Snyder Cut of Justice League, that movie, besides all the fucking nostalgia and hype around it, like it wasn't that good of a movie, bro. To be completely honest.
I mean, what good movies other than Wonder Woman 1 and a little bit of Aquaman? What is a good DC movie?
Aquaman was too fucking much,
Shazam.
Bro. Shazam was good.
Man of Steel. I like Man of Steel.
Okay, Man of Steel, Wonder Woman.
I like the first half of Batman vs Superman.
That movie is atrocious.
I like Batman vs Superman. I'm not even gonna lie.
Like the first part is good, but it just didn't have to kill Superman.
The fact then Wonder Woman 2, the fact that they even greenlit that movie, Jesus Christ, that movie terrible.
But John, to prove your point, I feel like the biggest thing was that when they came out with Man of Steel, I don't even like, no matter what, I don't think they had the intention of building this world. It was kind of just to come out with a new Superman movie. Like we had.
I think they did. They had the every.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't think so.
Because
they had every intention.
Because why didn't we have a Batman solo movie after? Like that's your second biggest character if you really want to talk about it. Maybe even more popular than Batman. Like that's
what I think they messed.
I remember they showed the Batman vs Superman logo super early. to like get people hyped up. So I think Man of Steel was planned to lead into BVS.
Did they show it in the end credits of Man of Steel, or it was just like
No,
post production? Like
it was like
show?
in one Comic-Con super early. They showed Batman versus Superman.
But did you have Ben Affleck on the panel, or you
No.
don't remember?
No, it was literally just a logo.
They just showed a logo. They just showed a logo.
Mm.
But what did? Okay, I'm gonna look this up right now. Because Man of Steel came out in what year?
I'll look it up.
2013, correct? 2014.
I don't know. I think it might have been before that, bro. I would say like 12. 11, 12?
13.
13? Good guess.
Okay, because I was, you know what it is as well. Just the year prior, the last Dark Knight movie came out, so they were still banging up the popularity of that Batman trilogy, and people at that point, I think, still had hope that maybe that they would somehow include
Christian Bale.
So
yeah,
they announced BVS on May 21st, 2014, a year after it came out.
And 2 years after The Dark Knight Rises ended, yeah.
But why the fuck did we jump right into BVS? That I think that's the biggest problem, bro. Is that we didn't, bro. Even if Batman died, like I would only be upset because it's Batman. You know what I mean?
They trying to play catch up to Marvel. You cannot do that. Marvel literally, Age of Ultron. People did not have a good reception to that movie when it first came out. Watching it back now, that movie is so crucial.
Oh, it had a lot of world building. It had a lot of world building.
It's so crucial what happens in Endgame and what's happening in WandaVision right now. Like
right.
You DC cannot compete with that. They just have to literally build their universe from the ground up and just work from there. Like they have to pretend that Marvel does not exist at this point.
I honestly agree more with John that they should just do these movies kind of standalone. Like don't even get me hyped for a crossover or anything like that. Kind of people characters up. You have a trilogy set for Pattinson. Like you have a trilogy ready for him. It's kind of already announced with the way that the director's making it sound. So just keep that going. Like you have a star cast coming out as his fucking gallery of villains for the first movie. Like I'm hype as fuck for that. But I don't need a Superman in that. You know what I mean? I don't need a Superman. I don't even need Joker. Because of the villains that we already have announced.
It would kind of ruin the movie because you would stop caring about everybody else. Be like, I just want Joker.
And not only that, but we just had a Joker standalone, which is like apparently it's completely different story.
Yeah,
like not attached to anything. Like, and one thing that they can do is kind of plug Joker in there only because of the time period. Like the way that it was, Joker kind of seemed like it was in an old timey because of the way that Robert De Niro character had the talk show and shit like it seemed like a 70s ish kind of deal.
And Bruce was young too.
Right. So I mean you can plug him in, but you don't need to. You don't have
to throw the Joker into every single DC thing.
That would just be a super cash grab, bro.
Yeah.
It would not be for the benefit of us trying to watch a good fucking story. Because at the end of the day, what makes a good superhero movie is a good story with superheroes in it. Like that's my favorite kind of superhero movie.
I will say that I wish Zack Snyder would have kept his plan, because what he was trying to do after Justice League was he wanted to make a movie about how the Joker killed Robin. Because remember how it was like the Robins who said, ha 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 ha, joke's on you?
Yeah, like, bro, we never got that paid off at all.
No, he wanted to make a whole movie on that, but he never did.
To me, that was more of a fucking callback from the games.
Yeah, because the suit kind of looked like the games.
Yeah. The games are alright. I enjoyed the games.
I love them. The day the Arkham Knight came out, I beat that shit in one sitting.
Yeah, you beasted on that, kid.
I was Batman. I stood up all night like how Batman would.
It was a good game.
My son's eyes was about to fall out.
Yo, do y'all remember that Superman game that came out for PS2? That you were like able to free fly and shit?
Oh yeah. You know what's funny about that?
The animated one?
You know what's funny about that? They were gonna make it for the PSP, and I was so excited. I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna have Superman on the PSP." Bro, they canceled it. I was so sad.
Nah, that sucks, bro. That game was lit.
I used to play the crap out of it on a 360 because they made a demo for it.
I remember that too, actually.
You could like fly around, use all your powers. That was dope.
That game was definitely ahead of its time. The only other game that I feel like we had at the time, a little bit later, we had the X-Men. That X-Men game that you could like play as like 4 fucking characters at once.
Ultimate Alliance.
Yeah, Ultimate Alliance. Yes,
Mhm.
bro. And then before that, the only other game that I remember was for Game Boy, and it was um the Spider-Man ones,
For the
which was
DS.
yeah, and it was still 2D, but you were able to like web sling and shit like that and use the powers.
Dude, I lost that game one time and I was so sad. I was like, where the fuck did I put that shit?
To be completely honest, I think I still have that game.
That game was dope. I think you could play as Venom and that shit was mad cool.
I
I used
still
to
have.
love I love Venom.
I like Venom a lot. You want to get into his movies?
They were trash. That's all we have to say about it.
The biggest thing again is world building, and kind of they're doing a good job of leading up to part 2 and
It's
with the
Carnage, right?
yeah, Carnage.
Yeah,
And with the Morpheus trailer coming out, you kind of
I
tie.
feel like that movie's never, bro. This is how you know that movie's gonna be bad. They announced the release date in January. What good movie has ever come out in January?
I don't know, bro. You got me stumped.
There's no good. If it was gonna be a good movie, it would have been a summer blockbuster. That movie is gonna be hot
Yo,
garbage, and they,
Mike out here thinking he run fucking Flickster and Rotten Tomatoes. Think what
bro, it's a literally common fact. If you have a good movie, you're gonna make people come out in the cold in January to come and see that. Nah, I'm gonna be like springtime. All my friends are together. All your friends together. You're gonna go and see that movie. That
well,
movie is gonna be hot garbage.
the way I also think about it is what else is there to do in the winter besides fucking ice skating? Like, oh, this movie came out. It looks like a good movie. Let's go catch it.
Well,
Nah,
usually the
that
good
movie.
usually they release movies that they want to do really well in November
Towards the end
or
of the year.
That
or
movie.
December because Star Wars does that too.
That that movie is not gonna be good. That Morpheus movie.
I don't know, bro. They're gonna tie in Superman. Something about the multiverse.
Superman,
I
Spider Man.
mean, sorry, Spider-Man. And something about the multiverse. With that poster, it was like the Tobey Maguire
But
Spider-Man.
exactly. See, now that's the only thing that has me interested. Because you had the
But
Sam Raimi.
you know what's
Sam Raimi
crazy?
movie.
You know what's crazy? Not to burst your bubble, but they said that was just put in there like as like a to catch the fans' attention. Like that's not gonna. It's gonna be the Tom Holland Spider-Man, like his suit.
All right. Do we really think a young Tom Holland can really take on Tom Hardy? Like, come on. These people don't think.
He's the next
Yeah,
Iron Man. Dude. He's the next Iron Man.
he's more powerful than the other two.
True.
I mean,
I think it's more. I think it's more also his gadgets because he has Tony
Yeah, that's why he's
Stark.
more powerful.
The fucking plethora of
yeah,
weapons.
exactly. He's Iron Lad.
Right. Well, how did you guys feel
But
about Homecoming? Actually,
I enjoy the Spider-Man movies, but
I like
sometimes I
them.
think he does rely a little bit on Tony Stark a little too much. Like
well
you understand that.
now
I mean, they fixed that in the
I
second
hope
one.
anybody watching this isn't a
What
spoiler.
happened?
Now that Tony's dead, bro, it's like where does he go from there? He doesn't really have somebody to look up to and kind of like follow. So I
He
guess
has
that's what
to.
it's a
He
young
has to
event.
be his own leader. He can't just follow in Tony's footsteps. He has to make his own path.
Well, what's his next movie about? Is it the
The multiverse.
The
multiverse?
multiverse.
Is
Yeah.
it
Multiverse.
Because remember, they casted like Electro. They casted the old Doc Ock from the
But they got Electro and Jamie Foxx again, right?
yeah
Yeah.
And the old Doc Ock is
from the Tobey Maguire movies.
yes.
What is his name? Something
Andy
Molina. I think his last name.
Andy
No,
Garcia.
no. I think it's
Alfred
Alfred
Molina?
Molina, right?
Oh,
Alfred Molina. We could check this right now. Let's check it. Let's fact check it.
check it. I think you guys are right.
Alfred
Which-
Molina does sound like it.
Yeah,
That-
Alfred Molina. Yeah.
That Spider-Man movie was a fucking hit, bro. I love that movie.
The second one, right? Yep,
The
Spider-Man
second
2.
Loved it, yeah.
The second Spider-Man movie is the best Spider-Man movie too.
That was also the same movie that he was stopping the train, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Let's get this out of the way. Who's your favorite Spider-Man? In order, like 1 through 3.
It's just Tom Holland.
and then Tobey Maguire, and then Andrew
Yeah.
Garfield.
Yeah, because I did not like Andrew Garfield at all.
I didn't mind Andrew Garfield. I didn't mind him. I can't put him.
Me
I
neither.
agree. I agree with you. I can't put him above either of the other two. But my
That
Spider-Man, my number one Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire. I like him better than Tom Holland. I feel like he embodies Spider-Man better than Tom Holland. Like super dorky, super nerdy. Bro, the way he was fucking dancing in part 3 on the street when he got that tux. That's
What?
definitely adored.
There's no third Spider-Man to that. We just forget about that one.
Yeah, true. That was one with fucking the kid from that show.
Yeah, Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, no, he's saying we forgot about it. I mean,
Yeah,
I like the Venom kind of like integration in there.
I mean, I like the suit.
Yeah, the suit, bro. The suit is banging. Holy shit, that suit was banging.
The best Spider-Man is probably Tom Holland, but the best Peter Parker is probably Tobey Maguire.
All right, I'll give you that.
I feel like Andrew Garfield, they were building up a good universe. It was just
the thing with Andrew.
He wasn't a good
got
Peter
involved.
Parker.
The thing with Andrew Garfield, bro, he was an asshole, and like all his action in the movies just pointed to him being an asshole, like a self-centered jerk.
I don't know. I
like,
liked his movie.
That's not what Spider-Man's about.
Also, his first movie bored me.
Yeah,
I was only interested because it was a new Spider-Man, you know?
I remember I was in a theater and I was looking at Mike like, bro, when does this movie end?
That movie was crazy.
Was part 1 or 2 the one where we got where the
one is Doctor, one is
the lizard, right?
Yeah.
One
so what's part 2?
And then part 2 is Electro.
It's like everybody else.
Oh yes.
And then
you name it, they're in there.
Yes.
30 seconds of the Rhino.
Yep. That was in the beginning, right?
Like in the beginning and the end.
The
end, where he came with the fucking truck or whatever.
Yeah.
And my man smoked him with a what's the thing on the ground? The manhole cover.
Yeah.
Smoked his ass.
You guys want to call it a show?
Yeah. We can. We got a lot more to talk about on Thursday.
Of course. This has been the first episode of the I'm JoKen podcast. Yeah, we're going to stream every Thursday at 7 o'clock on Twitch, and the episodes will go live the next day. Thank you for tuning in, guys. We're going to try our best to keep it up every week. We're going to talk about the Marvel. We're going to talk about the DCs. We're going to talk about the likes, the dislikes, everything you guys want to know what we like. We'll talk about it. But I'll see you guys in the next one.
Yeah.